Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's been four or 5 days since I put a video up. It's been a mini roller coaster to say the least. But we'll start off with what I'm using. Grön Lycka Troll Bergamot and Grape, made in Sweden. This is a Swedish Sunday Shave. Fantastic soap, great scent. It looks great as well. It's got a lovely colour to it. I'm just going to pour off the. In fact, I might try and get the bloom water. Say bloom water. The soaking water onto my face. I don't normally do that. Very, very slick soap. Made by Karina over in Sweden. Now I've squished this down into the tin, so it fills the whole tin up now, which I think is going to be better for loading and probably wastage of the soap. The labels aren't waterproof or water resistant, which isn't a massive issue really, but if you're going to keep the soap, it's not great for resale if the whole bottom label or the top label's wasted away. I try and keep the top label away to the side so it doesn't actually get any effect from the water whatsoever. The brush I'm going to be using is my Grizzly Bay. I'm pretty sure it was Tim that sent me this. I don't even know whether he still watches the channel, to be honest with you. I don't know. But there she is, in sort of Joker colours, bright green and purple. Now it doesn't come across quite as bright green and purple on the camera as it does in your hand. Even then it's still not super bright green and purple. I think that's why he ended up sending it, it just wasn't quite enough for him. And it was a gift, and thank you very much. And the knot is a 26mm Venturian. I think these are the same knots, or these knots are sourced from Rob Moffat over at That Darn Rob. So I think that's where they come from. So here we go. Straight onto the soap. Now because I squished this soap down, it did start breaking up a little bit, so I might end up with a few lumps in the brush. We'll see. Hopefully softening it with the warm water might have sort of melted it all back together again. So yeah, it's been a bit of a bittersweet sort of end to the week. I have been to the specialist regarding my left hand, wrist, arm, whatever you want to call it. I broke my arm last year, but had ongoing issues with the wrist and hand pain since it was healed. And I found out on Friday that I believe it's the TFCC, or I think it's a ligament that holds the ulna, which is the bone on this side of the arm, the small bone, onto the radius, which is the big bone in the arm. There's at the end of each bone, I believe there's a ligament that attaches both. And what's happened is this ligament here in my ulna has torn clean off. It's not even connected to the ulna anymore. And what's happening is the ulna isn't being pulled by the tendon into the correct position. So my ulna is actually sitting out of its joint. So it's pretty much dislocated or not located in the correct place. So that's what's giving me the pain. That's what's causing me to lose all my grip strength. I think that should be enough. I don't know. I've got absolutely no idea. Right, I'm just going to scoop out this whatever's left here, tiny little bit. And then I'm going to rinse the soap now. And then set it to the side and let it dry. So I found out that that's happened. Now what that means essentially is I made an operation which can't go ahead at the moment because of the coronavirus. We're waiting for the hospitals to allow elective surgeries again. Once that happens, hopefully about a month, they will take me in. I think the incision's down here. He opens it up, uses a special machine that pulls your hand up away from your arm joint, where the arm joins onto your hand and the wrist. Pulls it apart. He then goes in, drills into the bone of the ulna, inserts what sounds like a sort of a hooks type scenario. It's like I don't know whether it's made out of metal or what it's made from, but it's a hook. They then take the tendon that's torn off and hook it over the hook in the hope that it will naturally repair itself back onto the bone. Now that's all good and well. Hopefully that eradicates most of the issue. Now, because it is all delicate down there's nothing, no big bones, it's all very intricate. There are obviously no guarantees, and no surgeon in the right mind would give you guarantees that you would get back to 100% or close to. But given the nature of the injury, I am running a risk now that I may never go back to work. Now, we won't know that for sure until I've had all the operations, had all the rest time and all the rehab. But yeah, it's been a right drop kick, an absolute drop kick to the mental state and everything, so it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now, other than go through all the process of trying to fix everything to the best of the surgeon's ability, I suppose, and then hope that my body takes it and starts regenerating well, and I can build the strength back up. But as it stands, essentially what's going on is the ulna, the bone that runs down here, the smaller bone where your pinky is, isn't actually attached to my hand or my wrist at all. There's no attachment there. So this bone, he actually grabbed it in the thing and wiggled it around, massive amount. So it's doing nothing. It's not giving me any support, any stability, any strength, nothing at all. It's just a bone in my arm which is floating about, essentially. Without the surgery, I'll never go back to work. With the surgery, there's still a chance that I will go back to work. I have to look at the positive side that there is a chance I will go back to work, probably a higher chance of going back than not going back, but essentially that's all going to boil down to the surgeon at the end of the day and whether he believes that I'll be able to conduct my duties. It didn't look like I had much of a load in the brush, but I can see that there's loads. I also haven't been sleeping well now. Since I got the news, I hadn't slept well at all. I had to take some sleeping tablets last night to try and get me through, and I think I actually slept all the way through, which was nice. I just feel exhausted now because I've had so little sleep. And then I had a massive sleep, it's almost fatigued me even more. I think that's pretty spot on. Lovely and glossy, dense, creamy. It's not a heavy lather, but it's a very good quality lather. Right, the razor, I'm going to try and stick to this a little bit more. I did go through a phase where I was using it regularly, and then I stopped using it again. The Feather AC Artist Club stainless steel, Feather AC SS I think it is. It's well built, it's well engineered. It's very comfortable to hold. I love this really long tang. That's generally how I like to hold a straight razor, with all 4 fingers on top. I like this part to be nice and long. And it holds an Artist Club blade, which is quite considerably longer than a double-edged blade, but not quite the length of a straight razor. Very sharp, very efficient, and I found the more I've used this blade, this is probably on its like 10th shave or something now, it's actually got a little bit smoother each use. And here we go, look how thick that lather is here. Whew, good stuff. Now, I've obviously not shaved my head yet. If you're wondering why, it was because when I shaved with the carve razor, I ended up with quite a bit of, believe it or not, ingrown hairs. I'm going to leave this little strip here. I'm going to come up on this strip from the bottom. I just find going down over there, the way the hair grows, it causes me more issues in the first pass. Hopefully, if I do it up the way on the first pass. Pretty good. Certainly getting better with it. I feel quite confident with it now. And I think in the long run it's only going to do me good. But when I sort of do try and get a little bit more precise and better with straight razors, and hopefully one day I may find it time to even get some stones and start honing up to my own liking. Superb. Right, across the grain and against the grain, sort of. It's such a nice shaving, it really is, it's quality. And against the grain, it's getting smoother and smoother. Also found out that my gran is currently in hospital. Her condition wasn't quite as serious. I can't even remember what was wrong now. My head's up my arse. But the problem now, she's 93 this year. She needs 2 people to get out of bed and go to the toilet to help her. And they're now talking about putting her into a home because the family aren't allowed to go and see her. They'll get the social workers involved and she may end up in a shit home with shit care. I mean, I don't know. But my dad and the rest of the family just feel helpless. Like, I mean, what do you do? Finishing off with a carved Christopher Bradley razor. Stainless steel with the B plate and an asset blade. There shouldn't be too much left, to be honest. It felt really, really nice, that shave. I just want to highlight absolutely no weepers from the Chevette. So any that I get now are definitely from the calf. But I don't think I get any from the straight razor, from the Chevette. Such a good razor, the carve as well though. Pretty good. I can't remember who it was, a long time ago, probably three years ago, someone said to me, if you just practice with a Chevette and you get it right, you'll get better shaves than anything else. And then he said, if you move on to straight razors, they'll give you the best, but they're a bit of a nightmare in terms of keeping them honed and sharp and things like that. So you reckon the Chevette was the best form of shaving. Now, I'm getting to the point with this Feather Artist Club that I'm starting to agree with them. I never thought a Chevette would overtake it. Double-edged razor in my den. But with this particular razor I'm getting still a little bit soaked. I'm getting less and less irritation each shave. I'm getting less and less blood each shave, even against the grain. mean, that's, for me, that's fantastic. Post-shave from Grown Luca is brilliant. Really, really good. The scent of the soap is still lingering out. Still lingering out, but look, oh, I can still smell the soap in the air in the bathroom. Fuck these fancy posh words. But yeah, where am I? What was I doing? I'm going to finish off now with my usual post-shave product, AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. Yes, it's a mouthful. I don't know why I wet my face first there. So one pump onto wet hands, or damp hands, not wet hands but damp. Bang dabby dozy. So the soap for today was Troll from Gran Luca, made in Sweden by Carina Foxa. Bergamot grape, fantastic scent. I think the soap itself looks great as well. It's a sort of marble green, dark green, light green, white. The ingredients are on the back, but due to the label wearing away, they aren't the best. Fantastic soap, really natural smelling soap, but quite zingy and citrusy. It's quite a unique type of scent. I haven't really smelled this scent from anyone else, to be honest with you. The brush performed superbly well. The 26mm Fanturion, set in my Grizzly Bay handle, which was a gift from Tim. It's a wonderfully ergonomic handle. It's very comfortable to hold. It's great to use. Oh, I love it. I love the smell after you have a shave with a nice brush with a badger here. You don't get it from synthetics. Synthetics don't generally hold the scent for too long. If you use a badger here or a boa, it does hold on to the scent of the soap for a little while, so you can still smell it in the knot. The razor for the first two passes was the Feather Artist Club. Now this is made in Japan. You can see that or not? Made in Japan. It's a beautiful razor. I love the ease of it. You know, you want to change your blades out, you just pinch here. You can hopefully see that. Oh, no, you can't see it. You just pinch it and you can remove the blades, like so. And that is the length of the blade that it uses, the Feather Artist Club. Finished off today with the Carve Christopher Bradley razor in stainless steel with the B plate and the several use Gillette Nasset blade, which is just going stronger and stronger. And finished off with AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. I come up with a better name than that, that's just far too long. Anyway, what a fantastic shave. 2 and a bit days growth gone like that. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.